78,056. That is the number of deaths by overdose in 2021 in the United States. Why would somebody voluntarily take a substance that can lead to their death? How can it kill them? Why did they become addicted? What impact can drugs have on their mental and physical health? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Caitlin, a future doctor, and today we are going to be talking about drugs. So drugs are substances that have a physiological effect when ingested. They span from something as simple as caffeine or aspirin to heroin, cocaine, alcohol. It may be challenging to know if someone in your surrounding is addicted to drugs, but not impossible. You may notice weight changes, irregular sleep, runny nose, lack of energy and enthusiasm, shifts in social circle, neglecting responsibilities, paranoid thoughts, negative self-image, and many more. But how did they become addicted? When you eat, for example, your brain releases a reinforcement chemical called dopamine that makes the activity memorable. Whenever you're hungry, you want to eat because eating brings pleasure or euphoria. Drugs have the same effects. They cause surges of chemicals that produce pleasure, such as endorphins and other neurotransmitters in parts of the basal ganglia. Drugs cause surges of these neurotransmitters much greater than the smaller bursts naturally produced in eating, social interaction, hearing, or playing music. Our brain also produces dopamine to signal that something important is happening that needs to be remembered. Dopamine signals cause changes in neural connectivity that make it easier to repeat the activity again and again without thinking about it, leading to the formation of habits. How drugs affect your mood. Our brain, when drugs are misused, produces fewer neurotransmitters in the reward circuit or reduces the number of receptors that can receive signals. This is why the pleasure produced by natural rewards is also reduced. We often feel flat, lifeless, without motivation, depressed, and unable to enjoy things that were pleasurable. Now we need to keep taking drugs to feel a normal level of reward. With time, we develop tolerance to drugs. This is why we need to take larger amounts to experiment the high. Depending on the drug, our body reaction changes. Some drugs will make us feel more awake, alert, and energetic. Others will provide a calm, relaxed feeling. Others may cause hallucinations. How drugs affect your mental health. Drug addiction is linked to mental health problems. For some people, taking drugs leads to long-term mental health issues. Each drug has a different effect on mental health. Regular cannabis use can increase anxiety and depression. By using stronger cannabis, you develop psychosis or schizophrenia. Stimulant drugs, such as cocaine, can make you feel depressed, anxious, and paranoid. They can make previous mental issues recur and trigger psychosis and schizophrenia. Users can also face memory problems. Drugs that provoke hallucinations can make any mental problem worse. They cause flashbacks which can be frightening or distressing. How drugs affect your physical health. Addiction can lead to irreversible long-term health problems such as different cancers, infectious diseases from shared injecting equipment. If pregnant, drug use can harm your baby. Acne or skin lesions, collapsed veins, baldness, male pattern hair growth in women, jaw and teeth issues, harm to organs and systems in your body, such as your throat, stomach, lungs, liver, pancreas, heart, nervous system, and brain. How drugs affect your brain. The brain consists of billions of cells called neurons, which are organized into circuits and networks. Each neuron controls the flow of information. To send a message, neurons releases neurotransmitter into the gap or synapse. The neurotransmitters cross the synapse and attach to receptors on the receiving neurons. Other molecules, called transporters, recycle neurotransmitters. They bring them back into the neuron that released them, thereby limiting or shutting off the signal between neurons. Drugs interfere with the way neurons work. Drugs can also affect different parts of the brain. The basal ganglia, which plays an important role in positive forms of motivation. Drugs overactive dysfunction, but with repeated exposure, the circuits adapt to the drug, diminishing their sensitivity and making it hard to feel pleasure from anything besides the drug. The extended amygdala plays a role in stressful feelings like anxiety, irritability, which characterize withdrawal after the drug high and thus motivate the person to seize the drug. Over time, a person uses drugs to get temporary relief from those feelings. The prefrontal cortex powers the ability to think, plan, solve problems, make decisions, and exert self-control over impulses. The drug use makes a person seize the drug compulsively with reduced impulse control. Drugs are the most harmful substances in the world. Why continue taking them? Addiction can make a person's life miserable. People lose family, friends, and homes. Stop taking drugs. Drugs are not cool. Running away from your problems won't solve them.